So we have this beautiful image of things that are coming. And then we have this lesson from Jesus. Now, in my view, Jesus is a realist. He knows about the things that are coming, but he very much deals with the people that are here and today. And so Jesus had just healed the son of a royal official. He should be feeling great about himself. People are talking about him. There's this big word being spread about Jesus. He did this miraculous healing. But he's humbled, so he doesn't live into it. But there's a festival going on in Jerusalem. Big festival, big party. And the way to get to Jerusalem, if you're in the south, you take this road and it takes you through the gates of the city. And this magnificent gate, this gigantic gate of the city, is where people are singing and dancing, and there's food, and there are people doing arts and crafts, and there's people with long sticks twirling things in the sky. It's a beautiful image of this gigantic festival of God happening in the holy city of Jerusalem. But that's not the gate that Jesus decides to walk through. Jesus goes around to the side of the city, and he enters in through the sheep gate. The sheep gate. This is where shepherds would bring their sheep into the city. This is where, if you were to bring in food to the Marriott and that type of stuff. Okay, there's no Marriott Jews. But if you were to bring food into the hotels, they come in all through the sheep gate. Imagine, if you will, if you walk into the most beautiful hotel you've ever seen, with marble floors and a great big sky, opening ceiling, all that type of stuff. And it leads you to these elevators. And these brand beautiful elevators take you up to your hotel room. If Jesus were to walk into that hotel, he wouldn't go through those elevators. He'd go around the side. He'd go to the service elevators, where the people with the foreign tongue are speaking. The service elevators where there's linoleum on the floor and drab paintings and fluorescent lights. The service elevator that's stainless steel with big curtains hung on it so it doesn't get damaged. That is the way that Jesus would go into his hotel to go up to a room. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? The nature of God will go through the servant's gate. So here it is, walking up to the sheep gate. And there's an interesting thing around this gate. There are 5 porticos, or 5 pools of water that have been kind of surrounded. And in one of them, as legend has it, there is an angel that comes by. And the angel will stir up the water. And while the angel is stirring up the water, the first person into the water receives healing. So at the sheep gate, there are people begging for food and for money. The blind and the lame and the paralyzed are all around this pool to be healed. But there's no social security. There's no welfare. The way for them to earn a living is to simply beg the other servants that are coming in and out of that gate. This is the image that Jesus walks into to get to Jerusalem for this magnificent festival. And as he's walking in, he notices that there's a man who is lying by one of these pools and has been lying there for a very long time. 38 years. He probably has his mat, he probably has a couple magazines, maybe an iPod. He has stuff lying around to show that he's been there along with black and white TV. He's got stuff that shows he's been there for a long time. He has no house. This is where he lives. And he's waiting to be healed from God. So Jesus, instead of heading to the festival for this great time, he stops. He looks at this man and he asks the question, do you wish to be healed? 38 years. 38 years he's been lying there. He's making his living by begging. This is his life. If he's healed, he's got to change his life. He's going to get up and walk, and he has to earn a living. Do you wish to be healed? Now, the man doesn't answer this yes or no question with a yes or a no. He answers very simply, every time the water is stirred up, someone steps in front of me, and I haven't been able to get healed. Now, from what you know about God, does God work this way, that the first one in the pool gets healed and everybody else is left out, right? No, that's not how God works. Jesus, who came here to declare that the first shall be last and the last will be first, doesn't like this arrangement of the first in the water is to be healed.